Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Yeah, check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
We are live at the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco. It's Cowboys Crosstalk presented by SWBC. Kevin Gray, DallasCowboys.com's Nick Eatman, three-time Super Bowl champion, six-time Pro Bowler Nate Newton, and our Cowboys legend this week, former fourth-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers, spent 5 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, proud Wake Forest Demon Deacon, Joe Looney joining us here live at the Cowboys Club here on this Wednesday night.
And a big soccer fan, too.
Oh, massive.
Who you rolling with?
So, man, you know, I mean, we rooting for the home team.
Right. Team USA, baby. That's right.
And after Pulisic, you know, after he risked it all for the USA.
That's right.
I mean.
Him and his future
kids.
Yeah.
So we watched it as a team. You know, I'm teaching and coaching right now, so we watched it as a team in the team room. But, boy, when he scored, we all went crazy. So, man, come on, USA. Go get that thing versus the Netherlands,
That's
baby.
right. Team USA taking on the Netherlands on Saturday as they look to advance to the round of 8 after advancing to the knockout stage in this year's World Cup. We appreciate Joe Looney stopping down with us on this Wednesday night as we get you ready for Cowboys Colts on Sunday Night Football. You can hear that right here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network on 105 through the Fan. And the game will be on Sunday Night Football on NBC with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. Gentlemen, the Colts coming off a loss on Monday Night Football. Cowboys coming off a win on Thanksgiving Day. Now have a chance to really build some momentum toward this stretch run here. They just completed a stretch of 3 games in 12 days. You know a little something about that 3-game stretch in that 12-day period there. Joe, for this team now, how do they turn their focus toward Indy? And what's something that we're not talking about right now for the Cowboys that we need to be talking about going into this game on Sunday night?
Well, I think one thing, you know, having the, you know, the games in 12 days, as a player, you need to be taking care of your body.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be in the cold tub. You got to be doing the things in the training room to take care of your body. And I just think, you know, and I know the coaches are doing it, you know, in these meeting rooms. One thing you're going to be hearing as a player is you got to win in November and December.
Yeah.
You know, it is a must, you know, because this is where you set yourself up to not just survive in the playoffs, but thrive as you go through it, because you want to be playing your best football when you get there. So those coaches are definitely harping on, hey, we got to play our best ball in November and December.
Nate, every game comes with its pressure, and obviously each of these games means so much because there's so few of them. But when the calendar turns to December, is there a little extra that begins to ratchet it up, knowing, especially when you're a team primed for a playoff run, that the intensity starts to grow? What does that mindset start to look like when you turn the calendar to December?
You know, when we started winning, when you start winning, December means something different, especially if you're in a race. And you know, I used to not look at the calendar, but I would see where we was within our division and where we stacked up against other divisions. So when I went into any game and I needed some motivation to play against a team that is struggling, like this team here, that was my motivation because we wanted home field advantage.
Right.
And we had to play mistake-free football. We had to get basic, and what I mean by that is, I ain't saying not add a wrinkle or two here, but we knew who we was, and we played to the strength. And then we give you a little wrinkles here and there to keep you honest. I mean, but you got to know who you are now. It's time to rock and roll.
Well said. And, I mean, looking at the Cowboys, I mean, you know, we all see this Zeke, Tony Pollard debate, but, I mean, what a great problem to have.
Right.
Being able to run the ball in the NFL, I mean, you're controlling the game. You're controlling the line of scrimmage. I mean, just setting the tone. And when you start doing that in these, you know, because everybody's hurting right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's body's banged up. You know, you're playing through injuries. And when you can control the line of scrimmage with the offense and defensive lines, the way they're doing it, playing physical, that is prime time to win football games.
No more bully ball, man.
That's right. And, Nick, you've been around many a team since 1999. Think about the 07 team, the 14 team, the 16 team. What's the difference when you see teams like that knowing that they are ready for a playoff run and what that mindset looks like and how you have observed it throughout the course of your career?
Well, I mean, obviously, since I've been here, like you said, I mean, those teams had a lot of hope going into the playoffs, and it didn't work out. You know, one thing about kind of to go over, you know, what you're talking about this time of year and kind of what Nate said, it's also the division you play in.
Yeah.
You know, you play the, you know, it doesn't matter what the records look like. If you play the Giants and the Eagles and Washington on the road in December, it's going to be cold. You're going to have to. It's going to be the toughest team is going to probably win those games.
Right.
Not only physically tough, mentally tough. You got to be able. Okay, so you're in the Meadowlands and it's 25, mile an hour wind. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Talking to a Florida boy here.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. I mean,
you have to figure
that's
it out.
what it is. Because
Yeah,
I promise you this: Tennessee, on the 28th or 29th of December, with that water, with the wind coming off that water, that's going to be freezing cold.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to figure. And Tennessee's a tough, minded team. Their
Right.
coach, they played to their coach. So I'm not trying to jump ahead, but I'm just saying when you get into this type of season and games that they're going to have to play on the road, it's going to be physically and mentally tough.
Oh, completely. Now let me. I'm just want to.
Yeah, you got it.
So there's this unspoken rule as an offensive lineman. You're playing in the cold weather. You can't wear sleeves and whatnot. Man, let me tell you, boy. We used to laugh. You used to see me on film because I'd have the jacket. I'm sitting there, man. I'm like, hey, coach, man, give
Everything
me
I own.
You the one by the space heater. You trying to keep it all the way
Everything
warm.
I
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
What? Looney's going in? Coach, I don't know. Man. I don't know about that.
Everything I owned, I had on. Right. I remember one time I went out to Philadelphia. I was going to try to be strong and, try to be the macho alpha male. I missed all the warm-ups. I went and put like 2 long johns, extra gloves. I'm surprised I made it through the game.
That December cold hit different, don't it?
Man. Yeah.
Now, that they wear those Iverson sleeves to look cool, but they're really just covered up by 85% of the arm. You know what I mean?
Compression sleeve,
and then
got it
the
all going.
glove,
Yeah.
wristband, all that. And like, okay.
Man, that cold to have you hitting the cheer from Bring It On. It's cold in here.
That's one time I'm telling you, I want time of possession. I want to have 35 minutes or more time of possession.
Yes, sir.
Run the ball. Let's do not play games.
Yeah, you don't want to go sit down on that cold bench, not at all.
No, man, no. I don't think I'll fat y'all. It ain't worth
It ain't it.
And you were talking about playing in the cold against these NFC East teams. If the playoffs were to start today, gentlemen, all 4 NFC East teams would be in the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, you would have Philadelphia as the number 1 seed, and then seeds 5 through 7 would be the Cowboys, Giants, and the Washington Commanders right now. Joe, talk about how good this NFC East has been and what you have seen from not just obviously with the Cowboys, but the Eagles, the Giants, and the Commanders are coming on behind Taylor Heineke out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing football to watch. If you're a fan, this is what you want to see. And to be in a division like this, to be in contention to win it, it really lets you know how good of a football team you are.
Yeah.
And, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, playing these games in December, November. You're winning football games, and, man, that builds confidence. And as a player, I always, you always think in the back of your mind, can I do this? What's going to happen when I'm playing in a playoff game? And when you're winning these big games against good teams, let me tighten my tie, grit my teeth. Hey, I'm out
Walk
here.
a little taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go out there and you compete, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm
that
good.
happened our Super Bowl years. Go back and look. 3 of us always made the Commanders, New York, and the Cowboys. It was always 3 of us in there. Go back and look, man. Because we were prepared. We were like one year after back-to-back Super Bowls. The Giants, the Cowboys, Washington. Yeah. So it works. It works, man. When you can dominate like that, it works. It makes everybody good.
I will say this, though. I don't believe that it's going to hold up that way.
It's not.
Because the Giants have only played the Cowboys in the NFC East. They have not played Washington.
That's right.
They have not played Philly. If it does hold up like this, what means they're kind of beating each other, I think the Cowboys will win the East. If that happens, because I think the Eagles, for the Giants to stay in it, they're going to have to beat the Eagles.
Yep.
Maybe once, twice. And if that happens and the Cowboys can beat the Eagles, I think the Cowboys can catch Philadelphia, but it's going to take some help like that, them kind of beating each other up.
Have you seen anything like this, Nick?
No.
In your time
not like
with
that.
all 4 teams competing this way?
It's so impressive that the Cowboys and the Eagles are up there like that because they're playing good teams down here. Especially the Cowboys because they played them all.
Just think now, just 4 months ago, we were all laughing. Cowboys going to win this straight out. Everybody else sorry. Then we heard little grumblings about, and I hate to say this, but Vegas said the Eagles had it.
Yeah.
They ain't let that Vegas down. I'm like, come on, man. And so I'm excited because when you play good teams and you can beat them, and that's what you good team. We have to beat some of these teams. Not these three guys that we should beat, because things can happen.
Yeah.
But when we play Philadelphia again, it's got to be. We got to come with it.
Yeah.
We got to show people that we're ready for the playoffs.
And before we go to break, I want to ask Joe this, because you mentioned a little bit earlier about you have to take every team seriously, but we've seen the struggles of Indianapolis so far this year. How do you, as a player, guard against blocking out that outside noise? Oh, Indianapolis ain't nothing. They ain't got nothing to worry about. How do you, as a player, focus on the business at hand and ensure that none of that distraction's coming in against an opponent like this?
I definitely think it goes along with your preparation. You know, obviously you got the little man on your shoulder talking to you. Oh, you know, they're going through this. They got a new head coach.
Yeah.
They're not going to come in here and play football. But, hey, you block out that noise, you know, and that's your job as a professional athlete, and you prepare. Hey, you know, I always told, hey, you prepare like you're playing the Super Bowl, and you'll be good. You'll be all right.
Nick, this game kind of reminds me last year when the Denver Broncos came to town.
No.
My point is, it felt like this team didn't necessarily take them as seriously as they should have.
Yeah.
And Denver walked in, out-physical this team, and really beat them up. I'm not saying that Indianapolis is necessarily capable of doing that, but how do you guard? How would you advise about guarding against having that kind of a letdown against an opponent that you should be able to handle business against on Sunday night?
Well, obviously, you know, and these two guys have done it for years, so, you know, they know more than me. But I've always kind of been told games are won on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I mean, that's where they're won.
Preparation.
And, you know, because everybody on the Colts team is going to bring it on Sunday night with the lights on. They're going to do the best they can. Go to every rec center at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Guys are playing hard just because they're guys they want to compete. But are they doing what they've got to do on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, staying there, watching film and all that stuff? Because sometimes when people say they check out, they don't check out on Sunday. You check out in the middle of the week. And I'm not saying the Colts have done that. I doubt that they're doing that. But I'm just saying it's the Cowboys. They got to make sure they're doing everything they can. That Diggs is looking at Pittman every time. They're looking at Jonathan Taylor. They're looking at these guys, and don't take them lightly.
Yeah, Nick, amen. And, you know, you've seen a lot of football in your day. And I've been on teams that have, you know, struggled, we could say. But you're still playing for something. You know, you're still playing for that name on the back of your jersey. And, hey, at the end of the day, we are in a business, so guys want to put – good film out there. That is their calling card. You know, that's what you lay your hat on. So you're always going to go out there and try to play good football.
Man, are the Colts playing for a logo? I mean, last I saw, they look like they didn't have any logos on there. I mean, what's going on there?
Right.
Did he take the logos off?
Hard nose, old school.
Yeah,
old school, baby.
Man, they got Quentin, they got Kelly, they got Fries or Freeze or Frie, whatever.
Freeze, yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Looking at that film, I tried to find something bad. Like, these guys are missing a quarterback, man. You got to think 3 years ago when they were rolling, it's basically these same guys.
Yeah.
DeForest Buckner is no joke. He'll get in your middle, bro, and he'll hurt you. I'm telling you, they got young linebackers, and the only problem they have now is they run well, but they'll miss a tackle or two in the open field. But if they know where they're going, they stick like glue. Right. So, and then they got a veteran they got from the Pats, Gilmore is up.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
These guys, I just don't want to give them a chance like we gave New York. I just don't want to give them a chance because their running back, with that offensive line, those three beasts in the middle, the guard and the two guards, and they can hurt you, man. They can hurt you.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. I think the Cowboys have a golden opportunity. We talked about cleaning up some of the penalties that we saw against New York. You have a chance against a team where you should be able to handle business, to clean up those mistakes and put, as you talked about, good film out there to continue to build that confidence for that stretch run, because this team has got a lot of aspirations. And I think a lot of the ways that we have to start talking about this team is viewing them through the lens of how are they going to look against Super Bowl possible teams in terms of the Eagles, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. Are we looking at this team in that category? And games like this, Joe, I think have an opportunity for them to prove in some of that going into Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, no question. It's definitely one of those games where you look at, and Sunday Night Football, the whole league is watching.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you want to put good film out there and let the league know, hey, we are here. We are playing tough football. You come into Dallas, you better be ready for a fight. You know, and I think it's amazing, you know, too, also, you know, you take in the fans' perspective of it.
Sure.
You know, I mean, you want to see your guys out there winning football games. And, you know, as a player, you definitely take that into account because you want to please those fans. I mean, you don't want to have your fans in the stadium sitting there not enjoying the game. So, oh, man, you know, you should have won this game, shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's not what you want. So, you know, you come in a
I know it's a team league, but the guys want to make the Pro Bowl.
Sure.
You go out on Sunday night here in early December when it gets to early December, this game, you know, the voting's getting kind of close.
Yeah.
This is the type of game that'll get you over the top or whatever, you know, if there's a guy there. And not just for the Pro Bowl, but also to kind of to send a message to everyone, like Joe's saying. Yeah. Everyone's watching, fans too, Pro Bowl voters, all that kind of stuff. Go make a couple of interceptions out there if you're a Jaron Curse or Malik Hooker against his former team, or Van Der Esch make some plays or some things like that where you can kind of get to that next level.
Well said.
It is Cowboys Crosstalk presented by SWBC. SWBC Mortgage. Join the more than 120,000 customers that we've helped to find their happier way home. Visit SWBCmortgage.com to find a pro today. When we come back on Cowboys Crosstalk, more getting you ready for the Cowboys and the Colts. Micah Parsons is on a historic tear right now. How does he get after Matt Ryan and this Colts offense? We'll talk about it next, live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Go Cowboys!
SWBC Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Yeah, check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
Cowboys Crosstalk presented by SWBC SWBC PEO, helping to alleviate the HR administrative burden that comes with running a business. Leave the worrying to us. Visit SWBCPEO.com to find out more. Kevin Gray of 105 through the Fan, DallasCowboys.com's Nick Eatman, our 3-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler Nate Newton, and Joe Looney, our Cowboys legend, joining us this week live at the Cowboys Club in the Star in Frisco. Quick segment, gentlemen, before we take our last break. Micah Parsons is on a historic tear, 12 sacks, already at least 12 sacks in each of his first 2 seasons. Joe, I was going to ask you, have you seen anything like Micah Parsons and what he's done so far in his first year and a half in the National Football League?
Yeah, it's unfathomable. It's almost talking about, how far the first galaxy is. It's 13.8 billion years. It's absolutely insane to watch what he's doing because, the NFL, it's the highest level. It's so hard to do that in the league. But it's a testament, too, to the guys around him, because each time, and I know the mindset of these defensive linemen, hey, when you get an opportunity to rush, man, you got to rush like your life depends on it. So, you get out there, man. You start wearing a guy down, and then it's like Jaws. There's blood in the water, man. People can't block the guy.
Yeah,
people can't block him, man. And you know what? As a coach, you're like, man, I'm glad that guy's on my team.
That's right.
Yeah, thank God we got him.
That's right. Nate, any more superlatives that you could assign to Micah Parsons and what he has done with this team so far through his career?
I just laugh because a young pitcher, you finally get a book on him after about 3 or 4, after you go through it 1 or 2 times. But as long as I love it, this dude's, the Colts, they ain't seen him yet. They may think that I filmed it, but when they see him, they were like, wow. After they pick their quarterback up, like, yeah, he is that fast.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, he's good.
Yeah,
throw it faster.
That's a new kind of speed, bro. When you ain't used to seeing that, that hurts.
Nick, I'm sure Dan Quinn could have used a Micah Parsons in the Super Bowl a few years ago as he was helping Matt Ryan try to beat Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He now gets to see his former quarterback on Sunday Night Football. How does Dan Quinn help his young Lion get after his former quarterback?
He puts on the tape of last year's game against the Falcons when they beat him 43-3.
Yeah.
He got after him then. And that was the game after Denver when it went so bad.
Right.
And so they definitely got after him. You said about Micah Parsons, you said a baseball reference. I look at it kind of also in a basketball reference of like when Michael Jordan, and I'm okay. Yeah. I'm okay putting Parsons right now in that category. Michael Jordan was a great young player, and then he faced the Pistons, who took shots at him all the time. They're going, and that's what's happened with Micah. They're going low. They're hit. He talks about it all the time. He's a target. So now he has to kind of figure that out. Everybody's trying to chop block him and hands to the face and all that. He has to deal with that all the time, double, triple teams. So it's the mental part that he's got to get over that. I think he does it. He plays. He's okay when he plays, when he's frustrated. He's really good when he's mad. When he's a mad lion, when he's that angry lion, not good. Not good at all. He's the Lion King when he gets pissed off.
Yeah, say it again. We were talking before we came back on. If you're Mike, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm the head coach, hey, call yourself whatever you want. You just keep getting sacked.
Let's keep getting sacked.
Hey, we appreciate the cause. Thank you, sir.
Let's take our last break before we get out of here on this evening. It is Cowboys Crosstalk live at the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco. Kevin Gray, Nick Eatman, Nate Newton, Joe Looney joining us right here. Coming up next, we're going to get our predictions. I already know what Nate's going to say, but we're going to get our predictions for Sunday night and catch up with Joe Looney and see what he's got going on these days. We'll do that next, live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
SWBC Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Yeah, check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
Final segment here on Cowboys Crosstalk going into Week 13 of the National Football League. Let's thank one of our proud partners, Liberty Tax, the proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Schedule an appointment today at libertytax.com/Cowboys. It is Cowboys Crosstalk presented by SWBC. Kevin Gray, DallasCowboys.com's Nick Eatman, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Nate Newton, I don't know why you're shaking your head. We're having a good time so far, Nate. Joe Looney joining us, our Cowboys legend this week, as we get you ready for Cowboys Colts on Sunday Night Football. That game can be heard on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network 105 through the Fan. And you can watch the game on NBC with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth and Melissa Stark, who will have coverage at AT&T Stadium beginning at 7:20. Before we get to what we got going on with Joe Looney, some news coming with respect to a certain free agent wide receiver that I know Nate is so excited about. It is official. Odell Beckham Jr.'s tour de force of the NFL begins tomorrow. He's going to visit with the New York Football Giants. Then he's going to take a visit with the Buffalo Bills on Friday. And then Monday, Nate, he is going to be coming to the Star in Frisco to visit with the Dallas Cowboys. Your thoughts quickly on the idea of Odell Beckham Jr. now with his tour schedule official, what that could look like and mean for the Cowboys?
You know, I think I should defer to Nick because he had a better thought process than me. So what do you think, Nick?
That was real smooth, Nate. That was real smooth. Everybody give it up for Nate for that transition. That was beautiful. That was good, Nate. That was good.
You know, just the way you said that about the tour, I mean, I feel like there's going to be a T-shirt with, like, the dates on the back. Buffalo.
OBJ coming to a city near you. That's right. That's right.
I mean, I think this is a Jerry type move, and you know, I think that he could really help him if the knee is ready to go and the money works and all that. But I'll say this: I've said it 100 times. It's going to start the decision-making process for other players. CD's agents like, okay, whatever you're paying him, this is the floor for us because we're a younger, more accomplished receiver right now, and you know he's going to make more than that. Tony Pollard, and you know you have to decide all this stuff. Diggs is like, hello, I need to be the best corner in the league, highest paid, and then that beast that's sitting out there, Micah Parsons. You don't have to do it right now, but you know, and so it's just tough to handle under the cap. But it doesn't work if the knee. You know, it's all about the knee. Can Odell be Odell? If Odell is the OBJ that we've seen, that guy can help this team because he lines up there on 3rd and 4 in the game on the line, and they have to respect him because he is a bad ball catcher. He can make plays, but he's got to be the OBJ, and only you're not going to know that until he gets in the building and the doctors see the knee and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And I definitely agree with you. You know, it's got to be the right situation. And I think it's great to watch. You know, it's like
it's high drama in theater for sure.
He is being recruited right now. You know, it's like, man, you about to have NIL deals thrown at him. So it's great, but it definitely has to be the right situation. You know, you want to make sure that everything is in place to see, you know, is this going to be a good impact for us to make a Super Bowl run?
We got about 6 minutes left before we get out of here. Joe, what's going on with you these days? Obviously, being out and coaching and teaching, what's going on with Joe Looney these days?
Yeah, man, so I'm teaching and coaching down at Sam Houston High School in Arlington, Texas. And, you know, before I get started, you know, I just want to thank my amazing wife. You know, she really allows me to, you know, do what I love to do.
Yeah.
She's a man. Give it up for Kendra Looney.
Yeah, that's right. Give it up for Kendra. Give it up. She's like, y'all weren't supposed to talk about me on the radio. I was having a good time eating my food, Kiki and I like now. Hey, there you go.
I tell you what, after every game, I come home to a hot meal. I mean, she takes care of me, so I'm just absolutely, you know, give her the biggest shout out. Love you, baby.
But not to be outdone, my wife Michelle.
See there.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Get it in here.
Yeah.
Hey, my wife Julie's definitely listening at home too. She's at home with the kids.
Well, that means I got to mention my wife too. Shout out to my wife, Samantha. Love you, baby.
Love you.
Appreciate you your boy to do what he does.
Hey, whatever the wife, you know, it's like lining up against Michael Parsons. You know, hey, baby, it's whatever you want. It's a law.
Look, you got it.
You got it, baby.
Don't worry about it. You got it.
Don't hurt me.
Yeah.
You got the spin move or what? What is it?
Swim move right over the top.
That's right.
Bull rush.
You know what though? But he made me laugh when he came and he said he teaches. I'm like, wow, that's great, Looney. What do you teach?
Here we go.
What do you teach?
Man, I teach world history.
Wow.
And, I mean, it's amazing that they allow me to teach America's youth. It's absolutely wonderful. But, man, I mean, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's great. You know, I talk about teaching, and teaching, you know, it reminds me of being in the NFL. It's just it's a one-man team. You know, It's a live performance, and everybody's eyes are on me. So, you know, but I love it, man. And, you know, we're down there, and some of the young ladies, they call me, hey, Coach Maui. You know,
Oh, word? Wow.
And I look at him and I'm like, hey, you know that was me, right? That was me on the thing. And, you know, I start singing them the song, what can I say except you're welcome from the islands of pulled from the sea. So, I mean, it is.
Singing voice.
There
you go.
Wow.
Rocky, eat your heart out, huh? There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
But, man, it is, you know, it's there's so much purpose down there.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I got the opportunity to meet Principal Villarreal, Coach Chris James, and they gave me the opportunity to come down there and teach and to be a coach, and it's wonderful, man. It's really eye-opening to be able to take everything you've experienced in life and, you know, really reflect on it. You know, you put your tape on and be like, you know, what have I learned over my life? And you try to give this wisdom back to these young people so they can put life together, you know, to make it work for them. And it is so rewarding, you know, when you get those, hey, coach, man, you know, thanks for, you know, saying my haircut looked good. You know, it's like these little things that these kids just, you know, they absolutely love.
You know, I wish I could have had you. At least I was bigger than all my teachers.
So you said Mr. Looney would have put you in your place.
Hey, I would have been. Yes,
Big
sir.
dude, what's up?
Mr. Newton, you can do whatever you want. Come teach the class, man.
So what happens when somebody goes to class and they're like, and I don't have a pencil, or I don't have a piece of paper, I didn't do my homework.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog ate the homework. I mean, how do you handle that one?
Hey, let me tell you something. We have covered we watch game film, and you learn. So pencils, paper. Oh, I got that.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Don't you even worry about it.
Go right up to my desk, right there.
Yeah.
And you know, once again, my wife, you know, she hooked me up with some cool desk stuff. You know,
Right.
I'm you know, a nerd for Air Force planes and Navy ships and whatnot. But she got me a replica of the B-2 stealth bomber.
Wow.
And you know, obviously, I was, you know, I found the refrigerator early, and you know, it's not possible for me to fly one of these planes, but I absolutely love it. And I get to sit there, and it's a great conversation starter with the students, man. They're like, what is this spaceship? And I'm like, let me tell you one of the best military stories, you know. So it's great, man. So I make sure, you know, I'm prepared and ready to go. So if they need anything, you know.
So do you know anything about Penn and Benjamin?
Who's that?
Let's get ready to get out of here before we get any more stories. Look here, before we get out of here.
The teacher's becoming the student.
There you go. Last 2 minutes before we get out of here, Nate. I'm
Top Gun,
look,
Top Gun, Maverick.
Top Gun.
Look, I'm not even gonna ask Nate about his prediction. I ain't even worried about you. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Cowboys win. Give me 30 seconds, Nick. How did the Cowboys beat the Colts on Sunday?
They run the football and they put the pressure on the Colts. The Colts do not score a lot of points. It's tougher for them to score. So they just do what they do. Just do what they do. Throw the ball around. Dak needs to do his thing. Cut down on the penalties. Score in the red zone and put that 25, 30, 35 points. Colts cannot keep up with that.
30 seconds. How they get it done on Sunday?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys, you know, overwhelm them. They got you know, they're on a roll right now, and I think, you know, score prediction 31-10. I think the Cowboys are going to win this one.
Nice.
3 touchdown win. The Cowboys are an 11-point favorite at home on Sunday night, so that would fit into the double-digit win category there for the Cowboys taking on the Colts on Sunday. It should be fun for the folks at AT&T Stadium on Sunday night. Let's thank our Cowboys guest this week, Joe Looney, for stopping down with us here on Cowboys Crosstalk. Thank you so much for your time, man.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
all the work that you're doing in our community, man, and teaching those kids. Make sure you keep those kids in line, okay?
Oh yeah.
You keep those kids in line. Don't let them mess with
United States of Looney.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
Nate, always good to see you, my guy. Glad you came out of
If I
the
was teaching the class, buffet would be one of my curriculums.
you'd be teaching the buffet line, huh? Look.
The proper way to
Never
fill a
rush
plate.
through it.
Hey, good call. Good call. By the way, I got to shout out Nate because Nate was all over my television on Thanksgiving Day. All the tributes to John Madden and everything else. Fantastic stuff, man. Loved the work that you was doing on Thanksgiving Day.
I was all good, bro. I was all good.
Hey, it led to some turkeys on their Thanksgiving days, though, man. That's for sure. sure. Nick Eatman, always good to see you again. Apologize for what my Tigers had to do to your Razorbacks on Friday. That's all right, man. Had to get it in. That's all right, though. Always good to see my guy, Nick Eatman.
Let's talk basketball. We're a basketball team now.
That's right. It's all basketball. It's all basketball. Cowboys Colts on Sunday night for Kevin Gray, Nick Eatman, Nate Newton, Joe Looney. It has been Cowboys Crosstalk live at the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network right here on 105 through the Fan. Y'all be good.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!